to the Pair of Dinks episode.
We don't care.
I don't know.
We've made it beyond our goals. We've made it beyond most. We're here.
Our
We're
first
thriving.
Cool.
So what have we got going on today?
Today, I think we're just going to ask each other some questions, kind of get to know each other more and more, and, share some things about ourselves with the audience like they don't already know us.
Spicy. What can I tell my mom that she doesn't already know?
Well, let me see.
I heard you had a couple questions prepared.
Well, I have like a list of 100, but I'm only going to ask you some.
Good.
So
we don't want to take these people's entire day up.
Okay.
God, I can't English.
Have you ever had a nickname?
I get Jake the Snake is about as close as it gets.
Why?
Because it rhymes.
That doesn't sound good. It sounds like you're some shady dude.
Yep. I know.
Well, thankfully, nobody that I've met
He's a wrestler,
through
though.
you has called you Jake the Snake. He's a wrestler?
Yeah.
There's a Jake the Snake the wrestler. On what? WCW?
I could not tell you.
Or is
when
it
was
new?
this? Sorry, I might have. No, not new. I think he was around before I was born. Jake the Snake. Sorry, I'm just going to
WWF?
Google this as we talk.
Because
yeah. Jake Roberts, American professional wrestler. Oh, shit. Where does he say? Elite Wrestling?
Okay, because I only watch WWF. And that is the only wrestling in my mind. Which is now WWE.
Wait, what is this? He was on, what is this, WrestleMania 4?
Okay.
Sure, whoever did that.
Great.
Oh, that was World Wrestling. Anyhow, sorry. Long answer to that
That's
question.
the only one?
That's about the closest I think I ever had. Usually people just call me Jake. It's a short enough name that I think
Jake!
it's easy to, yeah.
It's easy to yell.
It's easy to yell. Like, you can't really shorten it more than that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, we could call you JT. But no. Me? Nicknames? Yeah. Oh, I've had, well, I guess a few, but nothing's really stuck. My ex used to call me Cece because my initials, and that was probably the longest going one. I've had people in school call me Chantelli or
always adding this
Chantelli.
E sound to you. That sounds so weird.
Chantelli.
I can't see you as
I hate
CC.
it. I hate Chantelli.
I said I can't see you as CC. That sounds weird for me to put that name with you.
I don't really feel like CC, but that's just my initials.
It sounds like a
so
totally
it's when you
different
think about
name.
it. But anyway.
Chantelli sounds cute. It's playful.
Chantelli, I don't like it. I don't know. I've never liked that. Something else too. I can't remember.
I think it could shoot a different Chantel. It doesn't really suit your personality, but it goes with the name.
But in elementary school, there was this girl named Sarah, and I used to call her Sora. Like dinosaur. And she used to call me Show and Tell. But that was in elementary school.
Yeah.
So, but no, nothing really.
Not
Nothing
big nickname
sticks.
people. We're not nicknamers.
No.
Nice.
All right.
I like that. How would you spend $1 million?
No, that's terrible. Terrible question. I would pay off all my debt.
Yeah, but you don't have $1 million in debt.
Start, pay off all my debt. Oh, build my tiny home.
Right?
Build my tiny home in the woods. Half dead.
You still have like almost $1 million
I'm trying
left.
to think. I'm really trying to think. I'm having a hard time. Maybe, go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Travel somewhere.
Take some traveling trips.
Maybe. Yeah.
Would you help anyone else out with it?
Yeah, I'd probably donate some family. Donate to some family. But really, it's not a lot. Save some for when I want to live in my tiny home and not work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Nice.
Pretty easy.
Sounds like you need help spending that money.
Well, what if you had your own?
If I had $1 million, man, like I could either blow it all
Would you buy
on
me
one
anything?
big super crazy thing, or I could be really smart and divvy it up into a bunch of different things.
What kind of crazy thing? One crazy thing. Like, what would be an example?
One crazy? Like a super techno camera crane or something, and then you could rent that out and make a bunch of money.
Oh, hilarious.
I don't know. Like, I like to think I would try to be smart with it, but I know I would want to take a portion of it and, yeah, like, buy you something that you've wanted, something that's ridiculous.
I just was thinking,
not just for you, like for my friends too. Like I'd want to take, say, 100,000 of that and then go buy each person a $10,000 something or whatever. You know, like.
Oh, you better count your friends. It's not
necessarily the biggest. You know, like I'm not buying everyone $1 million something, but you know, you can still get a lot of cool shit that people want.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'd want to spread some of that around to people because, you know, I think they're there for you with nothing but friendship in return, and sometimes it's nice to give them a bit extra when you have a lot extra. So I'd save a portion for that. Pay off my debts. I would buy something ridiculous for myself. Guaranteed. Probably a chunk of it in art, actually.
Oh.
That's always been a field where I'm like, oh, I kind of want some really ridiculous bougie art piece. Home? And it feels like it's a retirement or like an investment too.
We could have
art usually does all right.
A separate building for just art gallery, an art gallery.
Yeah.
Wow, that's how we'll make it when we're old.
I know. I don't know. I'd find something. I'd get into something with it. I'd find a way to create something that interests me and that I could share with other people. I think that would be the goals for the biggest chunk of that money. Cool.
Nice.
Next question.
What was the last book you read?
I think a book that I finished was Dave Grohl's Storyteller.
You've started a few. You haven't finished them yet, but that was the last one you completed.
Yeah, I think that's the last. And I read it like within a couple weeks of getting it.
Yeah. How'd it make you feel?
Pretty much opened it and closed it. Made me feel pretty awesome. Like I could do anything. It's, I think what I like about him and his stories is that he was in like the biggest rock band of the time. So he's experienced that massive stardom, but it wasn't directly on him either.
Okay, now.
And then he got to go into his career now, and he's still like massive, but you read all of the normal struggles that happened and how he still felt a lot of the same feelings that I feel in my own mundane life. And it just...
I was going to say, I didn't know that he was with Nirvana.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to make sure that everybody else knew. Get my prompts over here.
Yes, for those who don't know, Dave Grohl was the drummer in Nirvana, which I think is why he got to experience that huge fame and all of the demands that entails, but he didn't have to be the face of it. And then he goes on to be the face of a band that's like relatively popular. They're not as big as Nirvana. Like they're not as big as a lot of different acts get today.
I think they're
but
very
for their genre,
mainstream though.
They're well known.
Everybody knows Foo Fighters, and I think everybody can find something that they like out of Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a handful of their songs. Then I get kind of tired
but
of it.
I find he's just got such a unique career in that way where he has like almost two separate careers, right? One where it's like the super famous big career, and then the other one where he's not
supporting.
Like he's big, but not to that level, right? Not to what Nirvana was. Mm-hmm. Even though he still gets to do a lot of really cool shit and have way more opportunities than I think I could ever dream of. But
so you liked it?
Yeah.
Good.
Because I think, again, like I said, you read about the day-to-day and you realize, sure, he's going to do all these great things, playing for how many thousands of people, but at the same point, you're just driving around in a van, like eating hot dogs at 7-Eleven, goofing around with your buddies, and, you know, struggling with being away from your family. And, you know, like all of that same stuff is still there. Mm-hmm. Despite all of the cool greatness, you still realize, oh, yeah, you've had to find a way to deal with the same problems I'm having to find ways to deal with.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel cool. It makes, I think, that level of success feel more attainable when you realize it's...
So you can relate.
Basic responsibilities. Yeah, I don't know. And it kind of removes the celebrityness in a way when you say, it's just a guy. Like...
It really is. sometimes.
He just happens to go play these big rock shows for thousands of people, but it's a dude no different than anyone else I encounter on the street. To an extent. I don't know. There's weird auras around all of celebrity. Is it my question now? Yeah. Sorry, I feel like I've blabbered.
Yeah, I told you not to.
Oh my God.
I tell you, I told them they're short answers.
I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, we'll shorten these up. I'm getting way too philosophical.
Well, sometimes you gotta explain a little bit, but go ahead.
I have deep feelings. I can't help it.
He does. He's sensitive.
What's your most irrational fear?
Sharks in any kind of body of water.
Any body of water?
Yeah. Anywhere where I can go put my head underwater. Yes. There are sharks. Yeah, maybe not.
But I mean, like,
the
not
bathtub.
someone's. Okay, right. I was like, what's the smallest?
My face isn't in the bath. It's the back of my head. But I'm pretty sure if I put my face under the water and my eyes were closed, there would be like an imaginary shark right in front of me. And I don't know, because I used to be like a fish. I loved the water. And then I was scared of the water. And I know I watched a lot of shark. I do watch a lot of shark movies, and it's still scary as fuck. But it's insane to think that I think that they might be in fucking lakes.
Well, and you grew up between two lakes.
I know.
So that's
I just stopped going underwater, and I don't go. I try not to go past where I can touch. Sometimes I will. And I absolutely hate jumping off boats, falling off of a tube.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm like stranded. I don't know what the hell's underneath there.
That's
Maybe if
funny.
I could see, I wouldn't be as scared.
Are you a decent swimmer?
I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think now.
But I mean, you're confident in your skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to get there.
I find that helps with that fear of dropped off in the middle of the lake or something.
Oh, it wouldn't matter. I have a, what are them things called? life jackets on. But it's not it's not drowning. It's what isn't in the water that I think might actually be there.
Yeah.
But what about
But
you?
I find at least when I know how to swim, if I find myself knocked out in the middle of a lake, I just concentrate on the act of swimming and having proper form, and a lot of those other fears kind of go away.
Well, I haven't been in that position in a long time, so. What's your irrational fear?
Oh my God. It's like, how do I describe this? Maybe just by explaining the origin of this fear. I don't know if I 100% trust the legitimacy of this memory. So if anyone in my family hears this and wants to correct me, please do. But it's nothing terrible. It's just that I remember one time as a kid, we would go camping and we had this trailer. And there was some kind of valve on the outside of the trailer relating to some function or gas storage, or I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. But I remember my dad had to loosen it. And one time when he loosened it, like, it shot off. There was a bunch of pressure behind it. And so that valve just went like, yoing, like flying away, right? And I was like, oh my God. And that's really freaked me out about pretty much being in close proximity to anything that I know is pressurized. So if something has the potential to just explode, I'm kind of terrified. So like even air tanks, if I'm around air canisters and they like fall out of a truck, I'm like, the whole world's going to blow up. It
Are you scared of like
if I'm driving,
aerosol cans?
Kind of, mildly. Because I remember, well, in high school, we used to turn them into flamethrowers, right? You'd hold up the lighter and stuff. And then I learned the flame could go back into the can and explode the can in your hand. And I was like, fuck that. I don't want to touch these anymore. Like, yeah, things under pressure. And it even includes like on fire extinguishers, or sorry, not fire extinguishers, but fire hydrants. You know, like on the streets.
For sure, yeah.
You know, they've got like the big bolt on the side there that holds all the water in. And I just think about all of the hundreds of thousands of pounds of pressure behind that, just waiting to blow that bolt out and like pummel my kneecap right as I walk by. And that's my irrational fear, like pressurized things exploding in proximity to me.
All right, let's move on.
Even tires.
Oh, well, okay, so we're getting anything pressurized.
And I'm like, the tire's going to explode. It's going to blow up right in my ear.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to rein us in here. What's the most interesting thing you can see out of either your office or your kitchen window?
Out of my kitchen window?
Out of the office or kitchen window, is there anything down here that looks interesting, or
Out of this, what's interesting
what about
here?
the kitchen?
Well, for those who don't know, my office is in our basement. I work from home mostly, except when I'm out on assignment. And okay, so when we first moved in here, I was sitting down here doing some work at my computer, and I look up through the windows, which are at grass level, and I see a pair of legs walking
Human legs?
through the back. Yeah, human legs with tall, dark socks, dark cargo shorts,
Who's that?
and a pair of runners on, walking from the left side of the house to the right side of the house.
Oh, the gas guy.
Yeah, it was the gas meter guy. But it freaked me out because in BC, most of BC Hydro is all electronic meters. And so no one ever comes around to read them. And the last place I lived in was an apartment building. So I never had like a meter near me or anything. But so I go like busting out the door.
You did?
Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And he would already like gone out to the front, but I look back and he had like a vest on that had the NMAX company logo and stuff on it, but I couldn't see that from the basement because all I see is his legs and his shorts from here.
That's awesome.
So I don't know. I think that's just really funny. And although the most endearing day to day is the cats.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you. Yeah, there's some cats that like to hang out in our neighborhood, and they find their way in our yard, and sometimes they're just right there, and we're like, hello.
Yep.
And then we go outside, and then they run away.
Oh, they've been getting closer. They've been getting a.
One's been hanging.
They've been getting a feel for us
in the sun and on our rocks.
They'll be our friends soon enough.
Yeah, cool. What about the kitchen window?
Out the kitchen window, nothing really that interesting. It looks right onto the neighbor's roof, and you can see a portion of their little common area. And we live next to like a group home facility for people who have head traumas and issues, and they can't ever really be left alone. So you hear some interesting sounds.
But saying, what did you see? We have 2 windows in the kitchen, and we can see across the street out of one window and in somebody's big living room window, and they're with their TV on.
Oh, yeah, we can see that too. I was going to say, though, there's the one guy, just wanted to finish that thought, because there's the one guy over there who just bounces on a trampoline. No, so it's just really funny because you'll sometimes look out there and you just see this like middle-aged, half-bald head just sort of bounce up and down.
I haven't in the middle seen of that yet.
It's when he's over in that like sort of northeast corner of the patio area. Sometimes you can see his head like bopping up and down, and that just makes me chuckle because it's really bizarre.
Okay, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, but the neighbor's TV, yeah, but they don't ever have anything that's that interesting on. And then I've always thought it'd be hilarious if I look over sometime and it's just like the most graphic porn or like some, just something that you should not be broadcasting to the general public outside of your house.
Yeah, they probably that would do make that me laugh. In their bedroom.
Yeah, but it would just make me laugh if it was in their living room. I'm a sucker for good drama. It would be good neighborhood drama. Is that my question? Are you going quiet? Is that my cue now? Okay, would you rather spend a day with your younger self or your older self?
My older self, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
My younger self was a bitch. I don't think I need to say it anymore.
What would you ask your older self?
Oh my God. Did you live a happy life?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's all I've ever really been seeking. And so I would hope that how I feel now continued into my older life.
So poetic. I like it though. That's good.
What about you?
I think I would want to spend time with my younger self. Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense.
I think if I knew my older self, I would just want to like know all the answers.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like you.
Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I would ask and I'd be interested. I kind of like just, I think I know that's what I would most want to ask.
Between?
Yeah. And, but I think that would kind of ruin my love of like surprise and spontaneity and having things just sort of magically happen in my life. Plus I don't know. I enjoyed being younger. I'm sure there were times I was a dick too, but I generally had a good time and think people had a good time with me. And I don't know, I feel like there's a little part of that piece of me that the world keeps eating away. And so I think I'd love to experience it more so I can keep it going and
I feel like I would
and
hit
just
myself.
keep bringing that to the world.
I would just hit myself.
Oh. All right. Do you have a last one here?
I'm trying to find something good.
Ooh, because I think that's my finishing question. I don't think I have anything better than that.
What your last question was your last question?
Yeah. So This should be the final one of the episode.
Well, I had one I wanted to ask, but I know you won't know.
Well, you can try.
I know that you won't know. How many pairs of shoes do you own? Can you even guess? Because I think we'd have to send you upstairs to go check before we even put an accurate answer.
No. I would say, though, I think it's less than 20.
Well,
if I'm going to try to guess some kind of number figure, I'd say for sure less than 20. But could I say less than 15? No. I don't know. I don't remember them all.
I don't know because
you've helped me get rid of a lot, though.
Yeah, we've been purging, and I hate holding on to shit for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So every year I go through things, and every time I'm going through something, I ask you, "Are you done with this?" Because I haven't seen you wear it or use it or anything.
Yeah, you know how I know it's worked best is when we got those when I got those brown leather shoes I have now in LA, and I had to chuck those pilotis.
Oh yeah.
Because I love those shoes, and I knew I had to get rid of them, but I just loved them so much. And they were so cool. And they're like Italian leather race car driving shoes.
You can bend them
and I
in
was
half.
so stuck with that. I was like, because they felt so fun to drive in. I love them.
to drive in.
Yeah,
These are my driving shoes.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't even explain. Like the heel on them, they're rounded. It's great. So when you have your foot at that awkward position, most shoes are all square and it's awkward and weird and sucks and it rolls uncomfortably. Driving shoes are rounded over like that. Anyhow. But just knowing that they were done and then saying, cool, I just got to chuck these.
Yeah.
No sense in bringing them back for any reason.
I think what you got now is good to keep.
They're sensible.
Yeah. You can always trust me to make sure.
And anyhow, that's my irrational love for my shoes. Is the goofy, weird things like that they do. And I just keep them even though they start to look terrible and fall apart and have foam plucking out of them.
So do a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. Is that our final question?
That's my final question.
You have like 5 shoes.
No, I have a few in the closet. I have a lot that I don't wear because I don't go anywhere. So I find it difficult to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go out a whole lot. But I have let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fancy-ish pairs in I was going to say fridge. In our closet.
The cool shoes are in the fridge.
And I have 2 runners for work because I clean houses. So I have 2 indoor pairs of shoes, but they're in the car. And then 1 set of runners. 2 cool everyday shoes where you wear ankle socks with. and then a pair of sandals, and my boot shoes they used to be really awesome. They zip up. They have like the false shoelaces and their platform, but they're really cold, so they're no good for winter or anything like that, but I wear them unzipped to work.
Illusion of warmth.
And yeah, because they're fluffy on the inside.
That's funny. They provide
cool.
the illusion of warmth.
They look cool. Yeah. So if I had to guess right now, I got like 10 pairs.
More than I thought.
It is more.
I might have more than I thought too then.
Maybe even 12. Well, and
you don't have that much room to make fun of me then.
Oh, no, but I'm a woman. I shouldn't have. And also, like I was saying, those closet shoes are in our room closet because I don't wear them because we don't go out. They are like potential outing shoes or photo shoot shoes. Because every time that I have photo shoots, I have nothing to fucking wear because I keep giving them away because I'm like, I never wear those. But I had some really great shoes. Also, it's just too much. No. If I can't see everything, I don't want it.
No.
I don't like things piling up.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm also lazy, and you're helping me get better about that.
I'm pretty sure I'm not mean about it.
No.
So
not a complaint. It's a compliment.
I will just, if you're okay, you want to keep something for a while, that's fine. I'm going to monitor, and then the next time I'm ready, I'll be like, hey, is it time? And I'll give you some facts, and then you can say yes or no. And then sometimes I'll just move that out of the way and put it in somewhere, and you might not even know that it's gone.
I like that. All right, and on that note, we're going to be gone. It's bedtime here.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.